This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Good evening, everyone. Today is May 31st, and it's the meeting for the Southampton, Massachusetts Housing Authority. It is 4:03. And the meeting is called to order. Okay, first item on the agenda, I'm Janet Kane. I am the clerk, so until we elect officers in 2 minutes, I will just kick the meeting off. I'm the current clerk. And since Jim has not, did not run for a re-election, we have Sierra Simmons and Dan LaValle, and myself. Joy Piper is absent. Okay, so we have election of officers is the first topic on the agenda. I would, chair is the first one, and I'd like to make a motion to appoint Sierra Simmons as chair. Do I have a second?
I would like to second that motion.
Okay, wait. First, Dan L. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Yay!
Congratulations,
the most
Sierra.
important one is that you say aye.
Do we have to vote for the?
Yes, so vice clerk, or vice chair, I think it's important because if you can't make a meeting that we have a vice chair. So we've never done it in the past. In a couple situations, we really needed a vice chair. My recommendation, since Dan this is his first year, that he's less than a year, that we appoint, I recommend Joy.
You think she would accept?
Piper,
I mean, she's
she's,
not here.
yeah, it's the rest.
I guess she can accept when she finds out.
So yeah, I'd like
Okay.
to nominate Joy Piper for vice chair.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Fine
All in
with me.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Poor Joy.
Oh, that's the easiest job around.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, last officer would be clerk. I'd like to open nominations for clerk.
Nominate Janet Kane.
Second.
Any discussion?
I don't know, is there?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, so I will turn the meeting over to Sierra Simmons, our new chair.
So exciting.
Shoes to fill there.
Okay, so we have open time for the public. There is no public present. Next, let's review and approve the April minutes. Does everyone have a chance to look at them?
Apologies for I kept saying I gotta do them, I gotta do them, I gotta do them.
As long as they're here more than 30 minutes before the meeting, I'm good.
For sure.
When did you send those out?
Does anyone have any changes to the minutes? All right, can I start a movement as the chair?
You can, but Dan could also make.
Do I have a motion to?
I don't think I should vote on them as I was not a member of the committee during the formation of those minutes.
Then we have to table it.
Well, you were
You're a
present.
current member.
You were present.
Technically, yeah, I was present.
You were
So
present,
that-
and now you're a member, so I think you can say.
Yeah,
that happened.
And I've gone back and read through them, so
Okay.
that counts. Like,
Yes, yeah,
All
you're a
right.
member currently, so.
good enough. Yes. So I would like to make a motion to accept the minutes as written, as submitted.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Okay.
as written.
As
I'm
written,
surprised
like that.
My memory was like,
That could have been dramatic. Tabling it.
Yeah, that sounded like we've already got enough for her to decide. Okay, so next on the agenda is updating on the discussion with the HCD for Parsons Village questions. That's an easy one because it hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
So, a lot of this was waiting on Todd to give me his availability and his contact. He's now given me his contact and I know who I'm calling, but I'm still waiting for him to tell me when his availability is. 'Cause I feel like we need to schedule this meeting rather than just cold calling and expect to have the person available. So I'm hoping that this week or next that's gonna happen.
Cool.
Okay, so next up is reviewing and updating the statement of work documented, drafted by Sierra. I thought this could be kind of like a working session.
Yeah. Can we put it up on the TV or something?
Can
Do
we?
we have that technology?
if we do,
What kind of plug does that have?
it's an HDMI.
All right, I'll take that.
RCA, okay. Ew. Not that one, probably.
Yeah, three remotes and one device.
Is there just a on button? There's an on. Is there an
Let's
on?
start with that one. Oh, maybe it's behind that.
There's gotta be an RCA. Isn't there one? I've turned it on before, Dan.
Yeah,
So we know it's possible.
Let me do it from out here. Maybe it's
You're
easier.
more technically
Yeah,
savvy
right.
than I am.
Wait, it was
Oh,
just coming on.
I found the buttons. too.
Okay.
Wait, are you turning it off while I'm
I
turning
didn't.
it on?
I didn't do anything.
I saw it come on for a second there. And then
I do. The light is on
I
now
know.
too. I think. So maybe it's thinking about it. Like.
It is because my computer
Oh,
just blinked
yeah.
like it was.
Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
So let's pull up Dan's robot version for reference.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it an
I
AI
already
version?
said I was sorry like 3 times.
No, I didn't say I was mad at you. I just said let's pull it up because it might be helpful.
Right.
Okay.
And just for the record, I was kind of late notice, but I did ask Ed if he was here, you know, if he would come in and just participate, but he unfortunately had a conflict. But I would recommend maybe at the next meeting, seeing if he could, reaching out to him beforehand to see if he could attend,
Sure.
since he's gonna end up dealing with this from that perspective, so.
Okay. So let's see. So introduction and purpose. Okay. I guess let's start with what I have.
Okay.
And let's think about what it's missing. So I'm trying to make this bigger so everyone can see. So includes units and designing the units. Okay. Are they responsible
For maintaining.
for yeah, that's one question. Are we expecting them to maintain the property, or is it
Well, it's a
something they're
sale,
gonna sell?
so
Okay, so
the
it's
owner
not
would be
renting, it's
responsible.
selling the units, and then they
That
don't
was
maintain the
our,
property.
I mean, that was our intent, right?
Okay.
Was to build a house that was owned by the resident.
So we don't, in the first sentence, we don't want to say maintain, right?
Yep,
We just want to, we're trying to build a house.
okay. And then are they responsible for coming up with their own funding to do this?
No.
Well, yeah, we're bidding on. Yeah, I think, see, I'm a little confused on, I think my vision was we were going to put the property up and we were gonna determine what we wanted and have somebody bid as to their interest in doing the project, not funded by the town, because it'll be the house they'll be responsible for building and selling.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
makes sense, yeah. Securing,
So-
so what they're gonna say, securing funding.
Affordable unit, yeah.
So are we thinking, yeah, do we know for a fact it's gonna be one unit, or is there a possibility it could be a duplex for
I think we
ownership?
should say duplex,
I think it would be challenging there.
but I always like to, gamble.
Maybe we can just leave it as is, so it's up to them to decide.
Right. Yeah, I would say affordable units. Yeah, I mean, our goal was to purchase the property and then,
And let's do capital A affordable.
yes, yep.
And could we say something like preference would be given to being the creation of a duplex and or a dwelling with
Someone's here.
an accessory
Hey,
housing?
Excuse me.
Just to try to get it, squeeze it, say you want to overcrowd the land, but.
well, do we know enough about the property and property sales to know whether a duplex is the best choice? I almost
I
feel like
don't
we
even-
should leave
I
it up to
even-
them.
I think we, yeah, I think, having
Yep.
previously met with a affordable housing builder there and reviewing the site with them, I had the impression that because of the lot and the area in the back somewhat being ledgy and the height of the water table, that it would be difficult to
Thank
build
you.
more than a single unit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to, if somebody comes in and believes that they can do that, so I think units in parentheses is fine.
Okay.
And let them make the choice, but
Leave it
yeah.
like that.
Okay, great. So, in terms of what else, let's check the robot version real quick and see if there's anything in terms of intro and purpose. Is there anything in here that we want to add to that? So it's not part of the scope. this context may be helpful. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I kind of think of that too.
Oops.
It looks like a good,
Technically, I think I voted.
Okay, the statement of work, yeah. Describes the terms and conditions of the contract between, but it's not because there's no contract yet. So they're gonna use this to create the contract, but this is just for RFP. So
So we want an RF
of the RFP,
quote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or proposal.
I mean, what are we asking for? Who, because it's not like we're gonna pay them to do this.
Right.
So it's not like we're having a competitive
Yeah.
quote
Mm-hmm.
to build. What we're saying is who would be interested in building.
yeah, and maybe it's not comparing quotes, but it's comparing like ideas of like what would you do with the property. Okay.
So I guess my question though is, are we writing a statement of work here, or are we writing a request for a proposal?
We're writing a statement of work because that's the first step to getting an official town RFP. So this is going to be
Oh.
used to create the RFP.
Okay, they have a thing. Got it.
Okay.
So what is the proposal gonna be for?
It is for the construction.
Right, it is for the
Yeah,
construction.
not in Springfield, Mass. It's in Southampton, Mass. Okay.
Yeah,
Here we go. And it's going to be capital.
so it's like we're providing the land for a contractor to build upon.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're designing the house. That's not our expertise, right? But we can say what we would like. It's kind of, so we're not asking for a quote of how much they would charge us,
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to, it's almost like, what is your concept for property there? And then we choose what we think fits in with our vision for this property,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yes. I don't know where we would say that, or if we just know that in our hearts.
Well, as long as it's clear that that's what our goal is,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so maybe that goes at the beginning.
Let me just includes the designing the units in compliance with affordable housing laws, securing funding, construction of affordable units, and selling the units. So they make the money from selling the units,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah. Okay, so that's where it's described.
we're providing, yes. So I think it may be described in here, yes.
Okay.
And above where it says the purpose provide safe for a low-income family or individual.
Yeah, I'm trying to make that possibly plural. I mean, this is from the robot. We don't need to say it. Like is safe and decent, but yeah, because don't do a bad job.
How about we do
and
a
make
low-income?
for
Well, do we need to, even if it's affordable housing, I don't know that we have to say for
Yeah.
low-income. It's kind of a given, right?
okay, and let's just say
That meets the criteria as stated in the Springfield, I mean, you have, right, the state regulations on affordable housing, or is it HUD? Who states the regulations? Is it HUD or is it?
it's how to
It's
federal.
Yes.
I think. Look that up.
I think HUD determines what those values are, right? Whether it's 60, 80% of the mean income, and they determine the mean income.
Now, Chapter 40B is mass. So could we just say
Mass,
state
yeah.
and federal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
cover both, yeah.
Belts and suspenders.
And federal.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay.
I don't know what else would, I mean, so it's up to the town to maintain, the property will be deeded based on,
Yeah.
those state and federal regulations, and
So then maybe that would go, I think that's provide necessary information to the town, like to be listed on that and to maintain, what is it called, deeded, how do you say that?
that is registered as an affordable, deeded as affordable. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find words on that too.
For the units to be deeded as affordable and listed on.
And maintain in perpetuity as affordable.
Deeded, because yeah, basically all they can do for us at that point is give us the required information, like here's how much we sold it for. And then maintain documentation that that's the town's job, right?
Maintain what?
Documentation of affordability as required by law.
Do you want them to give us the information on sale? Push on that.
Yeah, maybe that goes first. So maintain documentation and then provide it to us.
For town Southampton.
Come on.
Okay. I need lowercase. Now, I think we have a good intro here. Let's just take a look. So schedule and scope, I put it together. So there's supposed to be schedule, scope, tasks, and deliverables. And the way that I was able to like organize this best for this project was to put it sort of all together here.
Yeah.
So, but let's see, I'm just gonna keep calling it the robot, came up with some, may have come up with some good details like this. Design and obtain approval for architectural blah, 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 including site, like that's kind of specific, right? Okay.
A warranty, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
One of those.
So let's put those under the construction. Or some of it's under construction, some of it's not. So we go, this would go.
Design, yeah. That's neat.
And then permits would also go in the design section. And then procuring materials, is that part of design or is that part of
I think you're
construction? Oh yeah,
in the construction.
Yeah.
So 40B, I don't know how we put this in here, but there's, 40B, affordable housing for home buyers. Allows developers to override local zoning bylaws in order to increase the number of affordable homes in municipalities where less than 10% of the housing is defined affordable.
okay, so this isn't 40B related then, that's for creating like housing projects, basically.
Okay, so I just want to make sure, I don't want to refer to something that's not,
Okay.
Yeah, my understanding is 40B is like the government, the state steps in and says, you don't have enough affordable housing in your town, we're going to
Yeah.
help.
So I'm taking out permits from this section because it's already there. Construct one housing unit and stuff. Now, oh, here's a question. I'm assuming they're subcontracting with a construction company as necessary. Do we want to control how they select this? Or details of how they will select this should be included in your RSFP or something?
Yeah, details of involved parties.
Not RFP, and proposal. Selection of contracted and what did you say? Of subcontractors and involved parties?
Yeah.
Okay. We just want to know how they're choosing them. They could just tell us, oh, we have this system, but, okay. Draw materials, construct, okay, so that should go before construct. Maybe that goes first.
Yeah.
Actually, that's part of this, subcontractors required, okay. Detailed plans for selection of subcontractors, and maybe that will go in deliverables. No, that's part of the proposal, okay. Construct it, and then warranty, or maintenance services, that would go after. Does that go under construction or does that go on seller rent? I guess it goes under construction, yeah. Yeah, that's good so far. And I will clean this up, and we don't have to spend every second cleaning up. Like, I'm gonna fix the formatting and everything.
Okay.
We'll do that my own time. Okay. What
So,
else?
okay, I'm just looking.
Okay, we're gonna skip this cost section. Should we keep this? Contractor will notify client in writing of any changes or variations in scope of work. Well, okay, that's good. That should go maybe later as like other stipulations. So we're not taking this rental section, it's going away. They don't need to provide us a detailed breakdown of the costs though, because that's them, right?
Yeah, if they're just giving us a summated cost and
Yeah.
with the house plan for the house, then we don't care about the details.
Okay. Okay, we already provided the schedule. Okay, let's take this and put it in there because that's a good one. All my real work is also on here too. Submit regular progress reports every 2 weeks. That seems a little excessive. Let's just leave them alone.
That robot is intense. He needs to
Do
chill
we
out.
want progress reports though? But
Oh,
maybe
yeah, we
every
do.
month?
Yeah, monthly would be fine.
Monthly.
Maybe,
It depends how
I mean, as
long
far
the-
as the building goes, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I guess how long was the time frame? Did you have
Time
that down?
frame is, let's see.
For building or?
10/1/23 to 6/30/26. I have like 3 years.
26, so 3 years.
That's another question. I just
Oh.
made that up. Does it still look reasonable for you timeline wise? Do you think they'll be able to start?
A whole year, build it, I mean, design it, construction. I think, yeah, I mean, it's liberal.
Well, but I also, I mean, building costs right now are
Yeah.
through the roof, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think we
everybody's
should be
getting better,
liberal.
So we need to be a little more liberal and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
If anything, we want to give them more time than necessary,
Right.
so that they don't just like.
Time is something we can't afford.
Yes. Okay, and then okay, so it says seller rent housing by 2026, basically. Okay, and this may change when we talk to Ed, when we talk to others, but it's just what we're putting forth. So we're not going to say it to every 2 weeks.
Quarterly?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, I like quarterly too,
Yes.
yeah.
And I don't think that this part is necessary. Contractor will assign a project manager. I think that's sort of up to them.
I think we want a single point of contact
Yes,
that we can go to
yes.
if any issues or questions arise.
Or communicating regularly and promptly, taking that from the robot words.
Sounds like
Throughout
something a
this.
robot would like.
Yeah, it does. Using the preferred methods and channels agreed upon by both parties, kind of like that too. It's a little excessive, but
Yeah.
okay.
Because they could be communicating just to the board, or they could be communicating to the whole.
Yeah, they could just be opening their door and shouting, and we wouldn't hear them. Okay. No, that's not true. Okay.
I do wonder how often a single affordable home is built, this is.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, this is a small town. We do small town things.
Yeah, there you go.
Do we want to have these assumptions and constraints in there? Ensure the safety of its workers. That's kind of true.
Yep, we don't want to, that kind of protects us.
Okay, so we'll put that in there. Thanks, robot. Dispute resolution. The cooperative
Yeah, we're gonna need some way to, if there is.
Let's hope there isn't, but it's always good to have it in there.
Yep.
Okay. No, they can't terminate their contract. Sorry, once you're in, you're in.
You're in.
So what encourages them to not, I mean, we can say that, but then what's the downside? I mean,
Yeah, and
what's
what if
to
we want to,
prevent
what
them?
if we think they're doing a bad job and we want to terminate
Well,
them?
they have timelines, and if they don't meet their timelines, then there's
Yeah.
probably something.
Is it like bonding, bonded work? Do they need to have some type of insurance to
Yeah,
to fulfill what we're asking for in a certain amount of time? Otherwise, it falls back to us with the lost time and money.
Maybe we say, at least in the RFP, we could say, we'll favor proposals that include like bonded insurance for if you don't build it, like a plan for if you are going to back out or something like that.
Yeah. Covered. Yeah.
So is this section relevant? This termination section?
We need a way to tell them we're gonna terminate.
Yeah.
Contract or client may terminate. Good 30 days written notice, yeah, that's normal. Termination, state the reason for termination effective date.
Should we just leave as a question, like what protections do we have, and just answer that later? Like,
We do want to establish at the outset that we have a path for both parties to leave this
yeah.
agreement.
Okay, so this is a question of how do we prevent a situation where they bail half the house and then bail on us? But they're like, hey, well, you said we just needed to give you 30 days notice, so. Okay. Okay, so we don't need the signature section because that's if it was a contract, which it's not yet. Okay. So is there anything that we feel is missing? Anyone, other thoughts?
MLP, or there's an RFQ. A robot may or may not have written for me.
I'm just looking at affordable housing development proposal. I'm kind of looking through that just to see what it.
That's interesting.
So, is there anything that says that we will, provide an official appraisal, conservation, delineation, or anything like that, that we should say that would be provided on the town's requirements, or is that anything we have to touch base on?
I think there was something. Okay, here we go. The client will provide the contractor with all necessary information and documents required for the design of the affordable housing unit. So that we could say this may include wetland delineations, appraisals,
Surveys,
surveys.
property survey, maybe say property survey.
that,
Septic, stuff along those lines. There's some
perks.
survey.
Perks?
Testing.
There's a phrase they use in here, designated for low and moderate income buyers.
But we're not,
Yes.
affordable
No, but-
is not moderate, right? It's only low.
It's only low income, yeah.
Yeah, so lowercase a affordable is low and
Yeah,
moderate.
yeah, okay.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
so what is the next step? Once I get this cleaned up, what's the next step? Send it to Ed and just say,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Please review and provide feedback
Okay.
before our next meeting, and
Yeah, and then just gotta get it off the town count to the legal department.
once
For
he,
review.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So I'm gonna unshare my screen if we're all
Okay.
set.
Mhm. So this is interesting too, you know, developing raw land suitable for residential construction.
Destruction.
But I mean, because we are looking at raw land,
Yeah.
which is suitable for residential construction, so I don't know if there's any, I'm just pulling out phrases that might be applicable, but I don't know if they're necessary.
We could put that somewhere in the intro.
Okay.
So we could say,
yeah.
is
Maybe it's
to-
not necessary, but I thought it was an interesting, the fact that we're referring to the raw land, so it's not like we're gonna prep the land for,
Yes.
to be built. It's raw, it's,
It is what it is.
So I said, subscribe to the terms and conditions of the RFP for the design and construction of affordable housing units on raw land that has been determined suitable for affordable housing at 354 College Highway, Southampton, Mass.
okay.
Okay.
We develop our own projects by sourcing the land, managing the design, obtaining the entitlements, installing the site work, building the homes, then marketing and selling the homes.
Wow,
This
who are
is
these
just-
people?
It's just a project they responded, it's an RFP
Okay.
they responded to, so, for a town, a township. They are TJC communities, so they're probably not even in our state, but,
They sound cool.
yeah, they're out of New Jersey.
I hope we
but,
get
you know,
bids
doesn't-
for this. Maybe someone, who knows? I don't know what makes people choose things or not. Do they want the big impactful projects, or are they like, oh sweet, a small little thing we can do?
I guess it depends on the mission of the organization.
Right.
Yeah, because this is another phrase, that the builder owns clear and marketable title to the subject property on this proposal. But I mean, that's maybe the next step, but I save
Yeah.
this for later.
Okay. Yeah, maybe could you send me that link too, just for referral?
Oh, yeah, yeah, do you want the proposal or do you want the link?
Whatever you think is most helpful, or both. Okay. Is there anything else that can't wait till our next meeting?
So what we're gonna do, so we modify, now I have to take minutes.
Yes, we modified and updated the
Yeah, so
statement of
review.
work as a group, and then next up, Sierra's gonna send it to Ed for feedback.
So as the new guy, just help me understand. Our big project right now is trying to figure out how to get the house built at 347?
354, yeah.
354 College Highway.
That is one of our big projects. There's also some like side projects that we're like tangentially involved in, like trying to remind the select board to appoint people to the housing trust so that it gets going.
Yeah, that's not on here today, but yeah.
Yeah, so
I think the chair is, you know, aware that that's part of this year.
who is the current chair of the select
Well,
board?
it's,
Is it still
Chris.
Chris?
So
Okay.
they did, I think at the last meeting, appoint her, nominate and elect, you are.
Okay,
on the
great.
select
Well,
board,
if Chris
so-
is on
Well,
it,
I don't need to talk
I feel like
about
it'll
this.
happen.
So
What
we
she
have
said.
2 representatives.
Oh,
on
did you join the select board?
Yes.
Join the select board.
Oh
Didn't
my
you vote
gosh,
for him?
Dan.
Oh,
I
There was
don't even want to admit this on camera, but
So
I
don't.
forgot to vote.
oh no.
There was positive peer pressure involved.
But I knew you'd get voted in anyway. But
Well, there's
it was a really busy day, and when I remembered,
So-
it was like on my list, and it was like 9:30 p.m. and I was like, oh,
Too late.
don't tell Janet and the whole town on video.
Sorry. Now you did. Now you did.
I know, it's okay.
So,
Okay,
okay. So that's good.
Yeah.
all
That
right.
was nice.
Thanks. It's good to understand.
made
kind
good
of
project.
What our overall.
Yeah, we did. This was a good working session, guys. Okay, is there anything else that can't wait till the next meeting?
I was just gonna say something, I can't wait till the next meeting, now it flew out of my mind, so, so you guys will work with Todd, see what's gonna happen there. There was something that I was just gonna say, but I'll say, well, let me wait until you say that, and then you said it, and now I forgot what I was gonna say, so.
Well, we were talking about the select board, we were talking about the housing trust. talking about, what are our projects? Dan said, is that our main project? What else are we doing?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, just wanting to get the big picture.
Yeah. Also, ultimately hoping to get like improvements to bylaws and things.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys did an
thing.
excellent job working with the planning board, getting the bylaws improved for hopefully more affordable housing.
But it's, it's...
more options for affordable housing.
They really didn't do anything for the inclusionary bylaw, right?
No.
Yeah.
They did, the multifamily dwelling, did they make a substantive change to that?
I think accessory apartments could be a separate.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It's in my minutes.
Okay. That's a good thing.
I mean, that really is something, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they told us inclusionary bylaw would have to wait, and that's something we could also talk about working on in the future.
Cool.
Okay.
Is that continuing on the planning board? Are they continuing to update?
Yeah, I mean, just because there's always updates that we made, so.
But the ones that haven't been done yet, I guess is my question.
Yeah, so we'll wait, I guess we'll.
Is Richard still on board?
Yes, Richard is still on board. We'll wait till it comes back from the state with a stamp. And then we'll start making more modifications.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things we have to really look at is, is the inclusionary bylaw. I'd like to explore how other towns are implementing inclusionary bylaw and what. Because, I mean, it is, I talk to people and they're like, you can't build a house for under $400,000. So,
Yeah, it seems to be
so how do you make a $400,000 plus some profit affordable?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like Todd said, he's like, this bylaw is impossible to adhere to. Maybe it wasn't when it started, but it is now.
I mean, I think the intentions were 100%. But some of the things that we talked about with him and that we haven't talked about, just so that this part of for the next meeting, but his questions about what if we built something across the street or next door like they did in Bird's Pit, right?
Yeah.
For Emerson Way. I mean, that's not how our bylaw is written. I mean, have we written a bylaw that nobody can adhere to? It has to look so much like the other houses, has to be integrated. It has to be, is that defeating the purpose of trying to get affordable housing in town?
And maybe the phone call with DHCD will illuminate that, because that's some of the questions.
Yeah.
We're like, can you build it across the way? Like, what does the state say?
I also like the idea, long-term, just dreaming, not only affordable, but also talking about senior housing. Eventually getting into that top domain, I think would be, it's something that housing authorities deal with, and we can help.
Okay. I
Ready
can't
to
remember what I was
schedule the
gonna
next meeting.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
Did we like this time?
Can we do like a couple minutes later?
yeah, could we do 4:30? I was thinking the same
4:30
thing
would
as
have
I
been
was.
a little better.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I like not starting at
Yeah.
6, but if we could do it at 4:30, I think that would be helpful for me
Get
as
into the
well.
right calendar here. So we're
So
doing.
the 28th is like in 4 weeks. And that will give hopefully Ed some time to do that, to do, to review it.
Okay, so 4:30 on the 28th, Wednesday.
Does that work?
Works for me.
Yeah, Wednesdays are good.
Okay.
June 28th. And second floor meeting room. So other things, I know what I was gonna say, I will try to get I'll update my town gov so that we have the correct people there. And then when the new website
thank
comes
you.
out, you can update that,
Okay.
right?
Oh, did you get to the training? Did it work
Got the
out?
training,
Great,
yeah.
that's great.
Did you read my minutes?
I read them. Doesn't mean I remember.
There was a special
them.
shout out to me for attending the
There's
training.
a difference between reading and remembering.
And so,
And you've had a long day,
I
sometimes
hear
remembering.
you. It's a blur.
Yeah.
So that, and then you might want to see Lucy about getting access as the chair to the My Town Government site, so to post the agenda, or send me the agenda and I'll post it, whichever works initially as we
Okay.
transition into your new job here.
And when does that need to be posted by?
2 days before the meeting, but it's always better to give you a little more cushion than that.
Okay. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
4:43.
Aye.
Aye.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.